Let me in on the problems.
Told you you're so extra, but I know I'm the same. Love me in spite of my trauma. Give me what I need instead of the drama. So when it pops off, it's like, oh my, all good, all day, good night. We be going so hard on the flip side. So tell me we'll be on a date, babe. I could keep the same energy. When you go low, I go low too. You'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that way. Trying to control our emotions. We on the right side of passion. We can share love and emotions. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we can go all night. We can do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma fall like y'all bleed. We could go all night. Now all of my calls go to voicemail. I block you so I don't raise hell. Should've talked through it in detail. Our separate ways ain't gon' end well.
Yes, I did.
When we get back, all bad, all days of the nights. We got good till we act right. So tell me when we on a date, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. You'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay
I'm not gonna get in trouble. I don't want no trouble. What up, choppers? Good morning.
I be calm, cool, collected, but you pushing on my nerves. I know your intention, I'm under pressure. Okay, you admitted that a couple things I said got a city get the tone and the presence of you kids. Long as you know I come with imperfections. When you look at me, you see the soul through my flesh. You show me special. Don't you looking round the way you dress and gone flex. I hold it still and let my mind digest. You got the leverage. Mr. Ivey, know the show must go on. And for Cincinnati, man, I look on. Jules made another plate for me to cook on. Praise Lord, close this year too strong. Team AI, chop it up at the chop shop. Top nuts with the king flow, the hot shot. Cops watching, listen to the real. Jumping like hopscotch. Nobody harder than no, they not. Not only citywide, but nationwide. Superlative, keep it locked like the nation guys. Put the truth in the airwaves, we talk about it. Brand new like the 10th place, let's be about it. Who got the everybody? Hey yo, trying to be a rapper, got them feeling when they play. Yo, staying in my lane. You got an okay, who the host? I'm still getting it.
Gosh. Cincinnati Reds had one time where my people at. Team NI, where my people at.
It's the 5-1-3, you know the flow. What's the word, Nate? Let them know the show. One time where my people at. Team NI, where my people at.
Where my people at this morning? Good morning to you. Welcome back. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, July 6th, 2022. Can you believe it? 2022? Damn. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. On today's show, I got a few examples of the fact that we are living in the last days of common sense. And look at that cover story right there. I mean, you won't believe this story. I'll share it with you. LeBron gets dragged into the Brittany Griner situation. And there's some people in this country that believe that slavery equals involuntary relocation. That's right. Oh, I'll say it again. There are some people that in this country that believe that slavery equals involuntary relocation. We'll talk about all of that and much more this morning. Plus, I got the latest on a Cincinnati trial that we've been discussing and following, and we'll talk about all that this morning. Good morning to you. Please take a second to like and in particular share today's show. It means everything. I'll say it again. When you share the show, more people see it. And we need as many people to hear this show and see this show because, as I said, and I've been making this observation for many, many years, we are living in the last days of common sense. We are living in the last days of common sense, my friends. Just pick up the newspaper and read it. Right? Just go to your news feeds on Facebook or whatever social media site that you like to go to, and you're going to see crazy, and a lack of common sense across the board. Across the board. So we must discuss, my friends. We must discuss. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. If for whatever reason you might want to shout me out, or like maybe you want to give us a call this morning, you can do so real easily at 513-873-7134. It's super easy to call into the show. And I'm just the nicest guy that you're ever going to meet. I am a nice guy. Good morning to you. Yeah, we made it. We made it. Yeah, another day in the sun. What are your plans for today? Well, whatever it is, I hope if it's something positive, I hope that it's successful. Good morning to you. Let me tuck that down. Got the workout stuff on. Soon after the show, I got to get it in. Good morning to you. What's up, choppers? Please lift us up this morning and share. Good morning to you. Let's talk about this woman who is twerking for votes. I'm not sure if you have seen this story before. I only share this because it's just another example of the unbelievable times that we live in. Unbelievable times that we live in. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. And in fact, I wouldn't make this stuff up. The woman you see right there is an elected official. Her name is Tiara Mack. She's an elected official she's a state senator from the 6th district in Rhode Island. And she's been taking some crazy heat because I think she went on vacation or something like that, went to the beach, obviously. And she posted a video in which she was twerking. And at the end of the video, she says, vote Tiara Mack, and people have been laying into her. And I'm like, what in the hell? Now, she is, as I understand it, she is self-described as queer, which, okay, that's her. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're queer or whatever, you're an American citizen, you got a right to serve, and you may have something to bring to your people. But if I was in Rhode Island, I'm not really sure that I would look at this favorably. I mean, I just feel like there's some things, depending on your position, you just shouldn't do. Am I wrong about that? But we live in a world where anything goes these days. I just feel like when you get to a certain position, there's just some things that you shouldn't be posting. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Wifey. Ooh, it's hot. Is college in here? Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I just feel like when you get to a certain position, especially if you're representing the public, there's just certain things you just shouldn't do. I'm sorry. Look at this. This shit is piping hot. You see this stain? Ooh, I can't drink this. It's gonna burn my lips off. I won't be able to deliver flows for about 2 weeks. We don't want that. What is she trying to do? Good morning to you. Crystal writes, utter nonsense and buffoonery. I was wondering how people might look at this. Now, she actually was going back and forth on people on her social media account. And she was trying to serve them up like, yeah, my constituents love me. Love? I don't know. I mean, I'm not in Rhode Island, but this is the sad state of affairs. Like, sis. Get the hell off your head. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to see this. all I want to hear from elected officials and people that's in charge of the public trust is what you're doing for the public. I don't need to see anything else. Again, we already know people will do anything for the gram, even elected officials in some cases. They'll do anything for the gram. I guess this is just another form of flexing or something. I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm going to keep my eyes on this to see if she is actually reelected or if it's going to have an impact on her political career. She's young too. She's like 25, something like that. So, great. We need, young voices and people with different mentalities to be elected officials. But this what you do? This what you do? Oh, damn it. Damn. LeBron James' name was brought up in that whole Brittany Griner situation. The Reverend Al Sharpton is going to speak with the Biden administration. He wants to do a prayer visit with some other clergy, or I'm not sure if that's the right term, but maybe it is the right term, some other preachers. He wants the Biden administration to allow him and some other preachers to go to Russia to visit with Brittany Griner, to pray with her, to give her some comfort, to see what's going on, and then to come back. And she was arrested because she was traveling. It was right before the war between Russia and Ukraine broke out. And maybe you notice, and maybe you don't notice, but WNBA players, they don't make anywhere near as much money as NBA players at all. And we can go back and forth as to why that is. I think it comes down to like butts in the seats and like eyeballs watching the game. It makes me wonder, do women watch the WNBA? I don't know if women watch the WNBA. If women don't watch the WNBA, then they should start watching the WNBA. It's more women in the world than men. So this stands to reason that if more women were interested in the WNBA, their numbers would go up. They could charge more for everything, including advertising, and then that money would trickle down to the athletes. I think they deserve it. I mean, I watch I'm not against a WNBA game, but I'll be honest with you, it's not like I'm not looking for it. Usually when it gets around the championship round, I'll watch it. I'll watch highlights because these are supreme athletes. Some of the best athletes on the world. And it can be a lot of fun. But because WNBA players, athletes, don't get as much money, many of them have to like do stuff on the side. So they got these semi-pro and pro basketball leagues in other countries. So what they'll do is in the off season, right, if they don't have some gigs or endorsements, and it seems like it's only a very, very few WNBA players that get that kind of visibility, well, they'll go play ball overseas, as they call it. They'll play, in some of these leagues in different continents, in different countries around the world. And Brittany Griner got caught with some cannabis oil, I think it was. Now, I don't know. Maybe she was taking the cannabis oil because she wanted to, feel the euphoria, or maybe it was a part of her recovery routine. It could have been both. It makes no difference to me because we just talking about cannabis oil. Ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? But she got caught with that, and then now I think she's a political prisoner. You know what I'm saying? I think she's a political prisoner. But her coach, there's a lot of frustration about this. Her coach said that she believes that if she was LeBron James, she would have already been home. If it was LeBron, he'd be home, right? That was Brittany Griner's WNBA coach. And I'd like to get your thoughts. Do you believe that? Is that fair? Is that fair to say? You tell me. Think about it. Ponder it. And then give me a call, 513-873-7134. The coach's name is Nygaard. She made a statement with USA Today. She writes, if it was LeBron, he'd be home, right? It's the statement about the value of women. It's the statement about the value of a black person. It's a statement about the value of a gay person. All of those things, we know it. And so that's what hurts a little bit more. So she got even deeper than that. Well, I mean, she needs to know that LeBron is black. So, but do you think that if Brittany Griner was LeBron James, that he'd already be home right now? Maybe so. I mean, it's two ways of looking at that. one way would be the United States would do whatever they could to get them home. The other way would be that if Russia knew they had a valuable piece of Americana, like one of our celebrities, then they would be asking for more to get them back. I don't know. But what do you think? Do you think that because Brittany Griner is a female, because she's black, because she's gay, that in any way that's impacting the negotiations or the speed in which the United States is negotiating to get her back? What do you think? What do you think? And these letters are coming out. These letters are coming out from Brittany Griner, in which she's talking about her experiences. And it's well documented that she's been reaching out to Joe Biden to get her home and to offer assistance to secure her release. But what I read is that what Russia wants is they want a terrorist, right? They want to exchange like Brittany Griner for this nefarious terrorist. And I'm like, oh man, that's a tough one right there. That's a tough one. And again, who knows what the Russians or those forces are asking for, right? It's been reported by The Independent within the last 24 hours that a former U.S. ambassador to Russia has agreed with the idea of Brittany Griner being released in a prisoner swap deal. So Victor Bout, B-O-U-T, that's the so-called terrorist. And again, I looked at a list of what he's alleged to have, the crimes he's alleged to commit. He's like a straight up James Bond villain, like straight up. And the Russians want to trade him for Brittany Griner. I don't know. That's a tough one. And like I said, I looked up, you go Google Victor Bout, Victor, V-I-C-T-O-R, Bout, B-O-U-T this morning. And you look at what they call him. And apparently he's like some Russian's arms dealer and former Soviet military type. And, he's been smuggling drugs all over. Guns and weapons all over the world. I'm just saying. And currently, he's in a U.S. prison. He's been sentenced to 25 years for peddling arms to terror groups. Now, in fact, he's so much a Bond villain. He's got a Bond villain nickname. They call him, get this, the Merchant of Death. The Merchant of Death. And in these crazy ass times, do we really want the Merchant of Death to be out? I think Brittany Griner should come home. If there was my family member or somebody I knew, shit, I want you to trade her for like 3 or 4 merchants of death. Just being selfish with it, but I don't know. Hell, if it was LeBron James. LeBron James for the Merchant of Death? Gotta think about that one. There was a part of me, and I'll be honest with you, maybe this is the male part of me, that was like, when I read what Brittany Griner's coach, Vanessa Nygaard, she's currently the coach of the Phoenix team. There was a part of me that when I initially read her comments, I thought, why is she trying to bring LeBron? Well, come on now. That ain't fair. Don't bring LeBron into this. LeBron has nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? But then I read more of her comments and I'm like, well, maybe she's got a point. So what do you think? Ladies, yeah, we understand it's a sexist society. We understand that women are not valued as much as men. All of those things are true and nobody can deny that. But I want to talk about this Brittany Griner case for a minute. I want to get talked about this. Like, do you think, we're United States citizens. I'm a United States citizen. You're United States citizens. Okay. Do you think that the United States should deal the Merchant of Death for Brittany Griner? We don't have no impact, but it's a conversation piece. People are talking about it. I want to get your thoughts about it. At 513-873-7134. Victor Bout, aka the Merchant of Death, is currently sitting in a U.S. prison because he was selling arms to terror groups. And that's who Russian authorities have said that they are willing to exchange Brittany Griner for. Like, can you only imagine if they had LeBron James, who they might ask for? If they're asking for the Merchant of Death in exchange for Brittany Griner, gosh darn, if it was LeBron James, who knows what they'd be asking for? You tell me. Let's go to the phones. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Welcome, fame.
Or Hacksaw Jim Tuggy.
Okay, Hacksaw.
Or Say from the project.
Or Say.
But, a couple things. I personally know a guy, maybe through social media, and, help and whatnot. He played in the NBA in the 90s. He had a couple of actually played here in Cincinnati for Temple. At Temple Wow. He's basketball all day, every day. He's a hoop. He's a gym rat, a hooper. That's all he knows is hoop. And he's all over this Brittany Griner thing. And I'm just sitting there like, I could care less what she's doing over there effing around in damn near wartime. We got beef with them as it is right now. Or light beef is simmering, festering. Why are you over there messing around? Now maybe, and see, that's me personally. That's why I don't mess around. I never had an interest in going to anybody's state, any other country. Even when you go to another state, you gotta be kind of watch yourself because you don't know what you're into. You don't know their politics. Just here in Cincinnati, downtown Cincinnati, a bag of weed is not a criminal. Like they're not even at this point. They're not even taking you processing anymore.
Right, up to 100 grams.
Right. Once you drive 5 minutes to Kentucky, they don't process you, but it's still some light shit. But then you drive 20 minutes to Indiana, a scene is a felony. You know what I'm saying? So you're always dealing with somebody else's politics. It's not worth messing around like that. So that's why I'm with. They're like, and I think it's very insulting for them to mention LeBron James like that. Even for comparison, to try to say men and Stokes superstars and all that. I think it's very insulting to him. That man's never did anything. Any blemishes on his, on his personal profile are not his doing or basketball related. But as far as, being a role model and not getting caught up in drugs and women, extra kids, that ain't him. So why would you bring him up like that? I know it's very insulting of that coach to do that.
I think it's because the WNBA is always comparing itself to the NBA because they don't get as much shine and as much money. But does she have a point, though? If it was LeBron, would the United States government has already negotiated to get him home?
No, it's disrespectful. He does not have a point. Don't even put LeBron in the situation. We all know about the white boy. He was punished. You're being punished for what you did. I'm sorry. Just, I know it's sad, but, I think it's insulting to put LeBron into that situation, even for comparison's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Because I personally know another guy who was doing something with some meth over in Indonesia, got caught. He's over there in jail. I don't even know if he's alive or dead. This was 10 years ago. Nobody's heard from him since. So, I'm like, look, Brittany Griner, maybe your celebrity ain't what you thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but, you got that, and there was something else you were talking about, but,
Twerking for votes. Twerking for votes.
That's despicable. I'm not going to even start because, I don't feel like hearing. It's ridiculous. If that's something, Democrat stuff, first of all, Democrat stuff, but I'll let drop Canada back because I'm sure he'll call in.
Democrat stuff? How's this? What do you mean by Democrat stuff?
The dancing, the twerking, the blatant public indecency. That's what Democrats do.
Is that what Democrats do? Okay.
Yeah, But I just want to tell you all, tomorrow is a very, very historic anniversary, 26th anniversary of one of the most important and best, biggest moments in television history.
What's that?
That is, don't you?
No. What is it?
It's the 26th anniversary of Hulk Hogan joining the NWO at Bass at the Beach '96.
Oh, you follow these things.
Becoming a bad guy.
Oh, you follow these things.
Well, I just remember. Well, that's my birthday. I'll never forget it. It happened on my birthday.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? You talk about a plot twist. As far as public, pop culture. You talk about a plot twist. I don't think there's ever been a bigger one.
I agree with you.
You can talk about, who shot JR and all that other. You've never seen a plot twist like this where kids are like literally like heartbroken and crying.
Yeah, two different categories though. Who shot JR? Greatest cliffhanger from season to season ever. But you're right. I remember being younger when that happened, and that was big because he was like one of the biggest good guys ever. And then he went to the NWO. I remember that. It was huge.
Right. Now, there's going to be some knucklehead who right in the comments talking about, well, he was a bad guy in the 70s and blah. Yeah, we know that. But that wasn't Hulk Hogan. That was just Hulk Hogan. This is the Hulk Hogan. Two different guys. You understand? Same character, same wrestler, but two totally different guys. Hulk Hogan. That's why when they talk about wrestling and all that, who the best wrestler? I'm like, Hulk Hogan carried the 80s. Like, stop. It's not even close. He carried the wrestling for a whole decade. The great message, the player, the training, the vitamin. And on live TV, he becomes a bad guy. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? It was just startling to watch. So, but that's all I got, man.
That's all I need.
I was just kind of stuck at the Brittany Griner stuff. It's getting kind of old. But at the same time, let us not forget that Donald Trump went over and got LeAngelo Ball and his friend from China.
Did he?
Who was out there boosted.
Did he? Really? What did he do?
You don't remember that? When LeAngelo Ball was over boosted in China?
Yeah, but I thought the situation was resolved before Trump ever got involved.
I don't think that's what happened.
Yeah, I think that's what happened, bro.
I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Maybe you need to go. Maybe we should look that over that up. But I just remember that he did that because the Ball was saying like he ain't do nothing for my son.
That's because he's telling you.
Ball was kind of going off like that, but I mean not even going off about it, but I remember that was a to do. So
well, if LeVar Ball, wait. If LeVar Ball, that's the father. If the father is telling you this man didn't do anything, he didn't do anything. Because if he had, he would have gave him props. Yeah, I think you're misremembering, bro. I think that situation was already taken care of before Trump got involved. Look at you. Gosh darn, undercover Trumpster.
No, I'm not undercover Trumpster. I just don't like Biden.
You ain't here trying to give Trump credit he didn't even deserve, man. He didn't do a gosh darn thing for the ball boys.
I admit it. I misremember, but I remember Trump was involved in it. And it was a situation with one of our simmering enemies, where somewhat of a celebrity was involved. These were high school kids. Brittany Griner is more popular than LeAngelo Ball. LeAngelo Ball being known for what he ain't. The third brother who ain't go to the pro.
Right. Well, he's in the pro. He's in semi-pro, so he might make it. So we might team at an Ohio Kings game. No. Well, maybe.
Maybe you'll do the public addressing that day and get to say LeAngelo Ball for 2.
Maybe so. I don't know. But you in here undercover trying to get Trump credit for some shit he ain't even do, man. Shame on you.
I think
That's what you just did.
I'm alt-middle. I don't subscribe to either.
Which is not too far from alt-right.
Okay.
Shame on you, man. Shame on you.
24 hours for my birthday. It's the motherfucking thanks I get.
You ain't got to start cussing, brother. You ain't got to curse.
Anything else you wanna insult me on, baby?
I didn't insult you.
Yeah. I'm not a Trump guy, but hey, it's been real.
Yes, it has.
I had fun, and we'll talk again soon. And you be well.
You too, sir. Appreciate you. You gosh darn undercover Trump. So you're here trying to give Trump props. Trump that whole situation was resolved before Trump got involved, man. People love to do that. People love to show up late and act like they did something. Trump didn't do a darn thing. Stop trying to get his man props. But back to Brittany Griner. So Brittany Griner's coach, Fame says, is disrespectful to LeBron. Now, I get it. I always hear these WNBA comparisons to the NBA, and that's just going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I get it. And some of that is fair, and some of it I think should be talked about. But is Brittany Griner, now you already know the worth of a Black American's life may not be the same as other people. We see that every single day in different examples. But is that the reason why? I just think it's more complicated than that. And again, I'm not close to it. I don't think it has anything to do with her being gay. I don't think it has anything to do with her being a woman. I don't know if it has anything to do with her being Black per se. Although, you know, if you're not in the majority, then you can be pushed to the side as a minority and looked upon as less valuable. But what are we talking about? We're talking about Brittany Griner. Reverend Al Sharpton might be doing a prayer visit. Shit, if I was in a Russian jail and somebody said they want to come do a prayer visit, come on. Come on, man. Come see what's going on. Help me. I've seen the videos and images of her walking in and out of so-called court, and she looks like she's under distress. I get it. I feel for her. I feel for her. But what I've also read is that in return for Brittany Griner, Russian authorities are asking for a man known as the Merchant of Death. Apparently, he's some kind of big-time arms dealer that's currently incarcerated. He got 25 years for dealing arms to terrorist organizations. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I say bring Americans home at any cost. You know, that's that part of me says that. The other part of me is like, but I don't know if LeBron James were being detained. Let's say he got caught in Russia right before the war between Ukraine jumped off. Do you think that the United States would have already moved heaven and hell to get him back home? You know, part of me says, yeah. And then part of me says, I'm not really sure. You tell me. Caprice writes, remember Otto Warmbier, the guy that was in China and came back brain dead? You cannot do anything in these foreign countries. Laws are different. I do remember him. Somebody's asking me, who is this? Tyree is like, what's going on with the superintendent? So yeah, I'm starting to hear things. About the new superintendent. And I wanted to put that out there because I wanted to get a sense of what other people are hearing. And I have received some comments. You know, people have direct messaged me. And again, if you direct message me on some Lolo shit, it stays there forever. I'd rather go to jail. Nobody in this world can compel me to reveal my sources. It'll just never happen under no circumstances. Just so you know, you can always be comfortable telling me something on the Lolo. Shit happens all the time. And I can't imagine a scenario in which I would ever reveal my sources. So a few people have reached out. Of course, we got a brand new superintendent. At this point, you know, I don't just run off of when I hear one or two little things from people. I have to confirm it. You know what I'm saying? I need to hear both sides before I really come out. But I am working on a future show in which I'll talk more about this because it matters. You know, this CPS thing, Cincinnati Public Schools, this ain't no damn joke. We ain't joking. This is not a game. Shit, my kids go to CPS. We're not fooling around. So I'm not at this point ready to talk about anything. I'm not even sure if the show, it looks like we'll have something to talk about, but I'm not really sure what it's going to sound like. So at this point, Tyree, all I can say is I'm hearing things. And I'll leave it just like that. And if somebody wants to shoot me a little info, please feel free to do so. You can direct message me. And as always, I keep it to the heart. What is this? This tastes different. Hey, babe. Yeah. Is this like some new tea? It's got a different taste to it. Okay. Whatever. Thank you. I'm thankful for it no matter what. What? This tastes a little different.
From yesterday?
No, it tastes the same. It tastes like yesterday, but it tastes different from
green tea.
Is it a new brand?
Yes, but it's the one you used to have before.
Oh, really?
You don't want it? I can.
Is it the cup, maybe?
Let me make you another one.
No, this is great. This is fine. I'm just asking. That's all.
I can make you.
No, this is great.
Are you gonna waste it?
I'll probably not drink on all of it, but that's cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh boy, why I say something? I'm in trouble now. Brian writes, New World Order. Is that what it is? New World Order? Why would the U.S. negotiate for her release? She was not working for the government. I mean, because she's an American citizen. And she's under distress. You know, she might be a political prisoner. That's why. But again, like I told you, you know, Victor Bout is the merchant of death. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. He looks like a Bond villain. That's what he looks like. He looks like the villain in the upcoming Mission Impossible series movie. I'm not joking. He looks like he should be exactly where the hell he's at. Hold on. Let me show you him. Brittany Griner for this dude. I say bring Brittany home. That's what I say. You know what I'm saying? I think a woman's life matters, probably even more because y'all can have kids and bring life. Look at this. This is Victor Bout right here. Look at that. I mean, is this like, wait a minute. Is this real? He looks just like he was plucked from a Hollywood set, don't he? Victor Bout, a.k.a. the Merchant of Death. Currently serving 25 years, known as a Russian arms dealer. Tell me that ain't the plot of one of these movies. Apparently, he did all kind of stuff, man. He's been active since the 90s. Just you can Wikipedia him and find out what he actually did and decide for yourself as to whether you think you believe it or not. Who knows? It is what it is. There's all kind of images of him, but that's the man that they want released in return for Brittany Griner. That's above my pay grade. That's above my pay grade. Chris writes, I don't think our government would just jump on bringing LeBron James home. They would wait to hear from the people in the world to set him free. And if the Russians are asking for the Merchant of Death for Brittany Griner, could you imagine what they would be asking for LeBron James? Gosh, wow. You know what I'm saying? They'd be asking for, I don't know. I can't even say. What's going on with I'm not sure what you're saying there. Nat writes, JaVale McGee is a better comparison. I'm not trying to compare them. Tanika writes, Fame is right. Okay, Fame is right? Really? Brent writes, the Otto Warmbier guy was in North Korea stealing posters, not China. That's correct. He was in North Korea. Correct. I didn't catch that. Daryl writes, she's already under fire. Tyree writes, all right, cool. Oh, okay. You're talking about the, yeah, I'll let you know. I'll put it out there. If and when we decide to go there, I'll let you know. He said, what Lincoln wears now? He writes, old ancient Chinese secret. Good morning to you. Dr. Ivy put something in the tea. Damn, she's trying to stick him for the paper. Like Martin said, Gina did. Is that right? I don't know. I don't have no paper, so not sure what she's gonna get out of it. Carolyn writes, good morning, Choppers. Good morning to you. Tracy writes, hi. Link says, I do more before 10 a.m. than most people do all day. I know I certainly do, for sure. Good morning to you. Kevin writes, great morning, family. The bag contains various investments. Okay, some investment strategies. But again, what do you think? 513-873-7134 if you'd like to share your thoughts. Oh, see, we're not up on Senator Media's page. I'll throw us up right now. You tell me. Let me give you the latest as it relates to the situation coming from Chicago. I seen an image of the alleged gunman, and he was dressed up as a woman. And apparently, that was a part of his plot to kill a lot of people that he didn't know. And some of the names are coming out of some of these victims, man. It just goes back to what I said. I mean, here we are, 4th of July, affluent neighborhood, and this mofo is on top of a building with some type of weapon. I wasn't surprised when we found out the suspect was a white guy. Wasn't surprised at all. Good morning to you. What's up, Nakia? I wasn't surprised at all. Wasn't surprised at all. Because by and large, black folks don't do that kind of stuff. Like, when it's a shooting involved, typically, and it's a black person, typically it's like some street shit, beef, woman, money, drugs, something like that. But just like, that's why many years ago, when you had those snipers in DC, everybody was like, what the hell? We couldn't believe it, because most black people ain't doing shit like that. No, black folks ain't doing that kind of stuff. Brent writes, the United States government should trade the soft middle triad and a bucket of rib tips for Brittany Griner and a fifth of vodka. A bucket of rib tips and a fifth of vodka. Brent, you hilarious, man. Now, you know they're going to come after you, bro. You already know. If I was in the courtroom, I could give you, my insights, like observing the nonverbals from the jury. I'm not there, so I'm getting all secondhand. So we'll find out. I stand by what I said. The case looks bad, but just because something look bad don't mean that it is something criminal. It don't mean that. It don't mean that. And, I talked with some elected officials, and many of them agreed that what PG did, comes up right to the line. So it'll be up to the prosecutors to make their case and the jury to make a decision about the case. We shall see. But let's go to the phones. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Nate. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Is this Chris?
Yes, sir.
What up, Chris? Good morning, bro.
I will let you know you lost town right after you said rib tips and a thick vodka.
Did I? Okay.
He was flowing so you could tell in your face, but on Facebook, I tried it and I was getting video and sound from everybody else on other videos, but not you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, bro. All right. Give me a thumbs up if everything's okay right now. Good morning to you. If you can hear me. Yeah, I hear some more people talking about the sound. My apologies. Some of these things are just outside of my control once we get started. But give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah, I wasn't muted. That's just something going on with the connection there. So, okay, we're good now. Thank you, Ashley. Okay, we're good now. These things are inexplicable. Like I said, the science in this live streaming stuff is yet to be perfected. And okay, great. You can hear me now. I can't remember. I don't remember. You said you lost sound with the rip. I won't try to recreate it. I'll just move forward. Oh, okay. Is that right? Okay, great. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate it. Yeah. Could y'all hear Fame when Fame called in? We just had Kevin call in. Could you hear him? If you could not, then I'll see what I can do. But again, once we get rolling here, my hands are tied on some levels. Okay, but you can hear me good now. Okay, great. We'll try it again, though. I'll throw the number up on the screen, and perhaps if you want to give a call, boom, there it is. You can feel free to do so. Good morning to you. Yeah. I don't know. I won't even try to recreate it. I was talking about Brittany Griner and making some points. Carolyn writes, are we no longer doing Speaker? I am, but Spreaker was having some issues this morning. So there's something going on. It could be my area. That happens sometimes. So hold on 1 second here. Let me see. Okay, I think I know what it is. Give me 1 second. All right. I'm going to take a quick little break. We'll come right back. I'm going to try to correct this mid-show. Don't go anywhere. All right, I think I corrected the issue. I think I found out what it is. So give it about a minute or two. Give it a minute or two, and let's see what happens. I think I figured it out. I appreciate people, man. Listen, I ain't got no shame in my game. I can control what I can control, but when people let you know, sounds good. All right, great. Yeah. I cut the feed for a second, so give me a thumbs up if we all good. Give me a thumbs up. What's up, Regina? Just dealing with some minor technical difficulties real quick. I think I figured it out. So just give me a thumbs up. Nat says thumbs up. Okay, great. I believe that we're good now. I believe. It happens. All right, good morning to you. Let's try it again. What's up, Roots? Appreciate you. I mean, I could always cut the feed and start the whole process over again. And as a matter of fact, let me do that. Hold on one second.